I'll do part 4 of globe or flat earth. There's both. Right. Picking up basically a little bit more information. Right. Yeah, as you see on here, right, as I showed you before, right, this is my little model, makeshift model on my little round table sessions of it all. Right, here we go. Right, see here, this is the vertical drop, that ruler. Right, bang. Right, see that? Right, there you've got the 7 regions, right? Watch out, it's got the ball about. And the ball here is the globe, right? It's on Bouloka, our realm, right? We're the lowest heavenly planet, the 7th realm. Right, we're going around basically at a 4 billion mile diameter being across here, right? That's our basic solar system, as we know, right? Of a global Earth, the Bouloka, right? Goes round, right? What I'm suggesting is, right, is why I'm saying all this as an idea. It's not gospel, it may not be true, but it may be worth exploring. Is that this flat here, the table, what I'm saying here, this table, it could be the lower part of the Bouloka, which is 4 billion miles in diameter, which it says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Which I'm taking all my information from the Vedas, pretty much. They say basically, it's 4 billion miles. Right, so top of there is basically Brahmaloka. Let's just say there. Right, and you've got other regions, all the other 6 regions, the 7th one being here, Bouloka. Right, we don't know how far, like, basically the drop is. Right, so like what I'm suggesting is that basically from this globe, we could actually just drop out of our orbit, be in the lowest planetary realm, and basically onto the flat of the Earth in the centre of it, which is basically Jambavippa, which is also known as the apple tree. Right, it's like these pear bell-shaped type trees. It's the centre of the mountain with the ocean of salt, and there's 7 concentric oceans that go out as well of there. And what I'm saying is basically right in the centre is basically the ocean of salt, like our globe is an ocean of salt. So I'd say at the end of the 4,320,000,000 years of Brahma's day, and we're only just sort of like coming up to, we're only just not even halfway through yet. We're in the 7th part of the day, but we're not finished that. And then it comes up to about 497 cycles, or 4 cycles. Once that's done, basically they might break the circuit of the orbit. All those that in the know, maybe down in Brahmandala, basically, and they know how to basically break the cycle, know that there's nothing that the Earth globe can give us as resources as humanity living on there, right? And they break the cycle, and those Brahma's nights coming to an end, and they basically crash the globe right down, and it smashes onto basically Bhumandala, of the flat Earth Bhumandala, basically, and basically it all just dissolves and then goes into fallow, into seed, and then regrows over 4,320,000,000 like years in Brahma's night. Then when the rest of humanity all live on the flat of the Earth, is a possibility. Now, as I said, I'm only talking about these things because, interestingly, it's nothing to say that it's in 1902 the Wright brothers made basically, what was it? Designed the first aeroplane, reinvented everything, right? And the engineering's basically progressed, as we know. Who's to say in another 50 years what I'm saying comes to fruition, because we now have the aeronautical ability to fly out and down rather than flying up and out, up to the moon and beyond. We might be able to have a jurisdictional sort of realm to be able to do their rights, because we haven't got the kind of right kind of bodies to do all that. Whereas like, we're down in Bouloka, which is our Earth region, maybe it's a little bit lower down than we realise. I've been looking up on stuff, and I can't really find anything that's done much about going out and down to down space, out of Earth, rather than going up space. See, up and continue upwards rather than down. We don't know if there's anything out there. This could be like, and it'd be a little bit further away from the sun, so then maybe it could be an idea that maybe, right, not saying it is, but how did people live on there if this was actually all fact? Maybe it's all like thermal convection, I should say. Like as we have like on Earth, basically, the 3 different types of like heat we have now. Torrid, temporal and frigid, right? So it could be the same sort of thing within here. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, and that's how it's habitable. Even though what makes up for what we don't lack in sunlight, so much of being what we get on the globe, the Bugola, we get basically made up for the thermals, all the Earth itself is warm to live on. No, and because you've got these 7 subterranean realms as well under the Earth, right? Which I found out are 70 Yoginas. Now that's 560 miles. I don't know if it's all 7 of them, or that's just basically one realm. So it's like 70 Yoginas each times 7. Then there's Pitraloka. Then there's basically the 28 Narakas, which are basically the purgatory of hells, right? What happened, but interestingly, funny how it matches up to, as I said, you've got the 12 zodiac sign basically around here in the upper verse, but if you divide it into 28, that's called the nakshatras, so it matches. So you've got the stellar starlight, and then you've got the nakshatras, and you've got the narakas down there, so it's like a mirrored effect, you see, going on basically what's up and what's below here, you know. Just putting this out here, you know, as a possibility that basically we could be living in, you know. It's meant to be 64 dimensions as well in the world. It goes on to 64 divine arts called the 64 Kalas. Maybe everything's a measure of man. See what I mean? So like, you know, it could be like it all makes sense, and it all sort of like makes a complete and utter sort of like tying of how everything connects. You see, and so there's 2 billion, maybe 4 billion miles as well, going up 2 billion miles up that way up a verse to Brahmaloka, and 2 billion down to the bottom of the universe, and 4 billion across diametrically. And it's in an egg-shaped Brahmanda, which has about another 7 layers going out. They're 10 times more than the last, which makes it up to 45 quadrillion. As an outer shell protecting the inner shell that we live in, as we see the stars that we live amongst on the Bugola Earth, right? Making sense, you know. Just one of these things you mull around in your head when you read all these Vedas over the years, you know, just accumulating your nut. And you wonder what's it all about, and maybe that's what it's more and more like. Because you say that's what the Vedic teachers is 4 billion. Now the teachers of the Western sort of philosophy would say it's trillions of miles away, all these starlights. But maybe, could it be that it ain't, that it's millions of miles, it's millions of years, 155 trillion years away, not trillions of like miles away, and they're getting the miles and the years wrong. If it's 4 billion miles, the whole thing basically, all in all, as what we live in, you see. And there's 155 trillion years left to go in our time. See, I put all this out here in my mind basically to see what people think. You know, I'm as a layman, and they can call it Veda, Vada, Rata, which is armchair philosophers, but we all are, even in your own temples. And I'm quoting from the Srimad Bhagavatam in my own layman way of the information that's come here, in my own interpretation, granted, and I am doing that, but I'm just trying to get it all together, just to say that this could be exactly what's sort of like more like, rather than basically say it's bigger than, and it's wider and expansive than what it really is. And there's absolutely countless Brahmandas, and we're just in one of them. That's one of the smallest ones, with only 4 heads. You see, and they all look like moleculed atoms, basically just breathing out from basically the Corona Vishnu. You see, they come through the causal ocean, and basically the Garbhodaya Vishnus are in each of the atoms as the main progenitor of the universe, where it basically emanates everything else, and we're all basically, all our smaller Sasaradaksha Vishnus, in the spiritual scientific name, are all basically all living in each one of these Brahmandas of Garbhodaya Vishnu, you know, that lasts about 311 trillion and 40 billion years. And we're halfway through it at the moment. And at the moment we're in the 7th part of the day. You see. Father's Vata Manu, and the 28th turnaround, that's the 28th full cycle that we're in. So like when they say there's a great flood, but maybe that happened in the 28th. Well, it did happen in the first, between the last Shusha Manu, Manvatara, the 6th into the 7th. You see, and that's when the flood happened. Which was like 28, like Manvatara, 28, sort of like 4 cycles ago. You say the good news about, I think, what we hear that now, ended up we get out this Kali Yuga, we're going to enter basically a Krita Yuga, but they reckon this will probably be the last Kali Yuga we've known, because I mean, wasn't it Jesus said that there's never been an age as dark as, and there will never be an age as dark as ever again, talking about this Kali Yuga, that he was here 2,000 years ago within the Kali Yuga time. You see, that happened about 5,126 years ago. About January, was it that February 17th, 18th, just gone. So it goes to say that this good news is that what happened, then 4 cycles would just come one big golden cycle. They're called as one big golden cycles from on, you see. They just count the same amount of time, but all golden ages, you see, because once you remove money, you move the Kali Yuga, you see, because it's the money that binds us and all the legal bind, all the subterranean influences coming through the world, you see, onto our global earth that we're on at the moment, right? You see, and so we remove it, so basically it just stays a Krita Yuga, a golden age flow state, which is something we need to be aiming for. I mean, you know, we're not far away from it politically, when there's only like 80 million of us not voting, you know, in this country, in the UK. So, you know, these things are going to happen quite soon, within about the next 5 or 50 years. So I said even the aeronautical abilities might be that we can actually start to basically like transport ourselves like on holidays from Bugola to the flat earth. Because to me, the flat, the Gula, the globe earth, this, right, say, is like maybe just an artistic, basic, like spherical creation that's been terraformed, like to its kind of like sort of the flat of the diameter of the earth, or the mandala that I'm talking about. So because in the beginning, in the first Manvatara, Swayambhava Manu, the first very Manvatara of the day we're in, the 28th day, he basically cut the whole of the continents into 7 parts, as you know, to see them today. And that was in the first Manvatara called Swayambhava. Now we're in Man of Svavasvatu, which is the 7th. See, so all these things have all been done and created and cut, you see, like the Himalayas, and the way they're looking, basically, of Jambavita there. You see, is that just all basically a terraformed artistic, basic like creation of man, of the Brahma and all the devas who've basically got together and formed this all up, you see, to basically an equivalency of the flat diameter of the earth that could just be just below us, you see, could be, and hear that well, could be. I'm not setting my heart and my stone on this, but maybe this could be a possibility to be explored by all the aeronautical engineers of the, head honchos of this world at the moment that have the engineering intelligence to start to look at this as a project, maybe, and we'll start to, rather than looking up at the moon and the rest of the planetary realms and the upper verses above us to Brahma Loka, maybe start looking just a little bit beneath us. We might find basically what's hidden underneath us all the while has been a flat of an earth that takes all that to the Brahmanda, to the edge of the universe, basically, as I said, where they've got the other 6, 7 outer layers that makes up the outer shell that protects us, obviously, like as a big molecule Brahmanda within the whole Akshara Brahma. That's just the whole of material nature, that's only a quarter in size to the whole of the spiritual universe. It's just 3/4 in size. So yeah, that's a point of view I've been mulling around my head over years, in and out. So I'm just trying to put this down laymanly, you know, and see what other people think about it, you know. So yeah, so that's it for now, but I'll leave it right there for now. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to go out and do some exercise. I've already done some earlier actually, so I'm going to be chilling out today. So yeah, have a good day and enjoy. See you later.